Hello, my name is Cecilia. I'm a crochet wear and knitwear designer, very new. And this is my crochet and knitting podcast. Hello! Well, you can find me in Ravelry as Mama D, and in Instagram I am Mama D Patterns or Cecilia Lozada Crochet. That's my account in English, okay? In the other account I always speak in Spanish, so that's why I told you the other account. I am from Argentina, from Córdoba, Argentina, but I'm living in Spain 16 years ago. So let's start with this podcast. This is the episode 10. So I have a lot to tell you. So the first things that I want to share with you is that I was published on Ravelry, on Humans of Ravelry. I'm very, you know my face, I can't talk even about that because for me it was a total surprise when Mary contacted me to say that she was interested in making me an interview for being there. So I appreciate so much, because thanks for that interview. A lot of people who speak in English now know that I exist. So thank you so much. I'm very happy for that decision that you make to publish me there, and I can't believe it yet. So I think that I answered even, I don't know, 600 messages by Ravelry. So I was very surprised. I didn't know that being published there could be so important. So thank you. Okay, and thank you to all the people who buy patterns last week. It was impressionant. I was very surprised about that, and I can't believe it yet. So thank you so much. I'm very happy. Well, I don't know how to express myself in English, but I'm very happy. Thank you. So, okay, I will let all the notes on my blog. Here on YouTube you will have the link to my blog, and in my blog I put always all the links and all notes about what I am sharing with you in the podcast, okay? So, let's go. So, I want to start with, let me see, I have all here, all my notes about what I want to speak in this podcast. So, let's start with finished projects. Let's go. Okay, my first finished project is this one. This is the Milan Sweater. I am not going to talk about a lot about this design, because in the next podcast I want to speak about this design more, about inspiration and why I take this inspiration for this design and everything. Okay, I just want to show you. This is my first knit sweater. It's a raglan sweater, and the construction is button up, and and the sleeves are like bubble sleeves here. So, and it's like a crop sweater, but you will have the option to make this more larger, making repetitions from this lace section. Okay, I use stranded knitting here, and here I use a very simple lace stitch, and here I use, I don't know if it's mosaic knitting or slip stitch, because I'm very new knitting. I'm a very new knitter, so I don't know yet a lot. It's just that I like to make things, but sometimes I'm not sure about what I'm doing. So If someone can answer me if this is slip stitch or mosaic knitting, I will be so grateful. So I use for this sweater yarns from Earth Yarns, that is like this. They are from Turkey. Oh wait, they love me a lot. I don't know why, but I don't know. Wait, this is okay, Earth Yarns. Ahí está. So I use the red one. It's from the new monochrome. That is this one. This is the red one. I like a lot this yarn because you see everything is hand dyed, and they are made in Turkey. And when you buy one skein from Earth Yarns, they plant one tree in Africa. And besides, they give a lot of work to women in Turkey. So that's why I love to work with these yarns. I know that they are a little bit expensive, but I think that it's worth it. I don't buy yarn by myself. I have yarns for my yarn shop, for my online yarn shop, that it's a little online yarn shop. I don't buy yarns for myself because I don't have too much money to buy it, but so they send me always these yarns, and I always try to make things with the yarns that a lot of brands send me by free. So I'm very lucky about that. So thank you so much, Earth Yarns, Emir, thank you, and Becky for sending me this. They sent me a lot of yarn, so I will make more designs. And these are the colors that I have right now. You see, I use the red one and the black one for the Milan Sweater. And then I have also this gray and this yellow that I like a lot. Okay, on the next podcast I will talk more about this one. But I want to show you because this design, because I want to tell you that by the time I am testing this design in Spanish, but this week I will make the translation in English, so I will need testers in English also. I write the pattern in 10 different sizes, from XXS to 5XL, to a bust with 55 centimeters. I don't know right now in inches, I'm sorry. For the next podcast I will tell you in inches. So I will make a group on my Ravelry group. I will open a conversation, a forum. So if you want to test this design in English, I need testers. So remember that you have two versions, one as a crop sweater like this, and another version that is more larger, okay, more long. I will need at least 20 testers, a lot. So if you are interested, when I publish this podcast, you will have the link available to my Ravelry group to say, hi, hello, I want to test size 1 or size 2 or size 3, and I send you, when I have ready the translation of this pattern, I will send you a copy so you can test it if you want it. I will appreciate your help a lot. So my second finished project is this one, the festival hat. It's a knitted hat, very simple. This is for beginners, because for beginners in circular knitting. I want to make this pattern. I want that this pattern will be available by free on my blog. So I will prepare a video tutorial on my YouTube channel, so everybody can knit this hat even if you don't know anything about circular needles. I don't know yet if the video tutorial will be in English because it's a lot of work, but only looking at the video, only watching the video, I think that you can make this hat in every size. Okay? The pattern will be in English and Spanish. I don't know the video tutorial because it's a lot of work to make a video tutorial in both languages. So I hope that you think about that when I make the video tutorials, because it's a lot of work. So these are my two finished projects. This one, the pattern is testing now, right now. And the third one, I was the important one. I'm sorry. And the one that is very important is the Margarita Shell. This is a shawl I like a lot. You see? Wait. This is a shawl, a crochet shawl. I don't know. A ver, wait. No. Wait. This is a crochet shawl. Ahí está. It's beautiful. I like it a lot. It's for spring. And it's very, very big. You see? Very big. But you can make it in the size that you want. I made it with cotton, so. But if you make this shawl with yarn, I think that it's also okay. So this is my new design. The pattern is available on my Ravelry store in Spanish and in English. And this pattern have 4 video tutorials. One is for make the first section, that is this part. That is very simple. It's very simple to make. Then you have another video tutorial to make the granny square. Then another video tutorial to make the half granny square. And a fourth video tutorial to learn how to sew or to sew, I don't know how to say in English, to join, I'm sorry, how to join granny squares. Okay? So video tutorials, I think that they are in Spanish, but with if you watch them, you can learn how to make it, because it's only see how I make the stitches. Okay, so this pattern is available on my Ravelry store, but I have a Patreon also, as a lot of designers, and I have, if you are a mecenas, a plate mecenas, a silver mecenas, you can have this pattern for free and another pattern that you choose from my Ravelry store by the price of one pattern. Okay, 2 patterns and one by paying only one. I'm sorry, my English, when I'm speaking English, is awful. I know that. I'm trying to practice a little bit more every podcast. So I will explain about my Patreon later, okay? Now I will talk about finished items. So these are my 3 finished items. So let's go now about work in progress. Let's go. So my first work in progress is this one. I am making the you see, you have here the Milan crop sweater or sweater if you make it longer. I'm sorry. Ooh, focus, it's not well. And now I'm making the Milan t-shirt because first I thought that this one could be short with short or long sleeves, but then I thought that I want that the t-shirt were more with positive ease, like a boxy. Okay, I want to be more comfortable and I don't know, different by this one, with the same sections but in a different way. So this one I make it bottom up, from up to top to bottom. I start here and I finish here. I start first, I knit the body, then 2 sleeves, then I join all the 3 sections, and then I make the yoke and the neck. But in this one I'm making different. I make a top-down sweater. I start in the top, in the neck. You see, these are the short rows, the German short rows that I learned it with this design. And this is the front. And you can see here the raglan, it's all the same. Wait, this is the raglan for the sleeves, you see. And it's gonna be a design with more positive ease. It would be more, I think, that more comfortable also, and for spring or autumn. Depends your country obviously, but here for spring or autumn. Maybe in the north it could be used on summer also. So for this design I will need also testers, but not right now, maybe in 2 weeks when I finish the sample when I finish my t-shirt. So I will write the pattern and then I have to translate it to English because I write in Spanish. But maybe in 2 weeks I will need testers for this design. And I also using earth yarns. This one, the yellow one, is this one that I like a lot. That is harvest fingering, and the color is buckthorn. I love it. I love this color. And the other color I'm using is, wait, I have here the tag. Yes, here. The other color is this one. You see, it has violet, blue, and a little bit of green. I love this color. And this one is called, color is Unique Fingering 3003. This is the tag, Unique Fingering or Unique Fingering. I don't know how to pronounce it. From Earth Yarns. I have this skein a long time ago. I think that 3 years that I have this skein. I was just expecting to have more notions about knitting, to use this skein and a lot more that I have there. But I think that now I'm prepared to step by step making more designs, to use yarns with better quality maybe. So I think it's okay. I'm very happy with this one. So on the next podcast I promise to show you the finished t-shirt, Milan t-shirt. and I will talk about a lot about this design because it has a beautiful story, I think. But not now. I'm not gonna talk about this right now. Okay. So my other working project that I shared on my last podcast, they are exactly the same. Because I was knitting this one, so I didn't advance nothing. So I'm not gonna show you in this podcast because they are exactly the same. So let's go about my future projects. My future projects that I want to make is, the first one is with these yarns. I think that I talked to you about this on other podcasts. It's Cumbria from Pasquali Filati Naturali. Oops. It's a brand that it's in Germany. His owner is from Argentina, also as me. And they always send me yarns also. And I have a few yarns about them, of them on my online yarn shop. But I like a lot to work with them because they have also a beautiful story behind the brand, and I like a lot to work with them. By the time I can't afford these kind of yarns, so I'm so happy when they send me these things because I can make things, so thank you so much. I have one ball in gray, another one in yellow. The colors are very vibrant. This one is a pink. This one, that is the one that I like a lot, is a purple. This one that is in green. This one that is a blue, a green blue, blue green, I don't know. This one that is like a sand, and orange, beautiful, and in black. So I make a little sample time ago, not now, but I'm thinking to make a shawl with this. Okay, I'm thinking to make a shawl with this because first I thought to make a crochet shawl, but with the quantity that I have right now, I think that I don't have enough yarn to make the shawl, so in crochet technique. So I will make a knitting shawl using the color work and the mosaic knitting, maybe. I don't know yet. I only have a picture. You see, it's very colorful. I like a lot colors. And I have the picture. First I thought in a shawl, then I thought in a swancho, like the Caitlin Hunter's swancho that I like a lot. But now I'm thinking again about to make a shawl, so because I don't have enough yarn, or maybe I can, it's just that I can't afford now to buy more quantity. But and this is the sample I make, the gauge that I make, the gauge, I'm sorry, that I make with crochet. I use tapestry and also mosaic crochet. But what I don't like about mosaic crochet is in the wrong side. I don't like too much how it shows. So I'm thinking to make it a knit it would be more or less like this, but with stranded knitting. And I don't know, I think it has a lot of movement. I like a lot. Cumbria is made, wait, is Pima cotton from, I don't know if it's from Peru, but it would be possibly from Peru because Pasquali Filati Naturali works a lot with Peruvian wool. Ah yes, it's in Peru. And it's 60% cotton, Pima, and 40% viscose bamboo cellulose. But it's great. I like a lot the movement, and it's very fresh. You see? I love it. And the colors are, I think that they are great. So I don't know when I'm gonna start this shawl, but because I have a lot of work in progress, a lot of whips, and I want to finish first all whips I have, because I start this project and I stopped everything I was doing to finish this one. So now when I finish the t-shirt, I want to finish all projects I have on waiting for me. So I want to finish everything I have there. But this is one of my future projects, I don't know when. Another future project that I want to make is with this yarn that I didn't buy also. This yarn is from, it's not yarn, it's cotton, from We Are Knitters. They sent me the cotton from We Are Knitters. They sent me this color that I like a lot, 3 balls I think of this one, 30 grams, 300 grams of this color is called Blush. It's very soft. I like it. And I have, I don't know if 5 or 6 balls of this another color that it changes, you see. And this color is called Sprinkle. It's also cotton Pima from Peru, 100% Peruvian Pima cotton. Pima cotton from Peru, very soft. I make a little you see, no, see, I make knit samples, but I think that I'm gonna change to crochet because I have enough cotton to make a crochet design. So for me it's very difficult to work with only one color. You can see. It's very difficult for me. It's very difficult. I can't see the world in one color. For me, world have a lot of colors, so it's very difficult for me to make a design in only one color, but I will try to. I don't know what I'm gonna finish with this, but I'm gonna try to make just a design in one color. I don't know. Okay, so I want to show you some yarns that they also sent me as a gift. These are from Knit Crate. I told you about this on my latest podcast. This is the subscription from March. On March I have 1 skein and 1 project bag, and I think that also a pin and patterns that come by free in the box that you can make with 1 skein, or you can use it for your own projects. This is a subscription that is once a month you receive 1 little box, generally with 2 skeins and a lot of patterns and a lot of discounts and a lot of things by a special price, very cheap. And on April I received these both skins. This is Odin wools, and this is called Odin wools Psych DK. The colorway is Leaf Eater. It's 85% merino wool and 15% cashmere. I think it's very soft. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this because I don't have any plan for these yarns, but I want to show you. So if you use a special code for a discount, you will have a 20% of discount on your first subscription on the first month. So here I leave you the discount, and that will be possible only from my own link. This is an affiliate link, so I beg you, please, to only with that link, okay? And with this code that I put here, a special discount, 20% on your first month. And also I want to show you some books that I buy. They are in English because in Spanish we don't have too much books like this. So I want to show you. I buy books from Thrift Books. It's a web that it's in English in United States, that you can buy books, new books, or you can buy used books. The price is excellent. I think that this book is costing $30 or $40, and I buy it for, I don't know, $8 maybe. Very cheap. So I buy this that is called A Second Treasury of Knitting Patterns. Barbara G. Walker is the author of this book. I think that she have also the third treasury, fourth treasury, fifth, I don't know how much books about this, but look, it's a very tough book. So I like a lot. It's on black and white, but I think that the instructions are very clear. You see, you have a lot of different knitting stitches to learn or to use for your own designs, or if you don't design, maybe for something you want to knit for yourself. It's beautiful. I like a lot to buy books that are not new, because I'm feeling that I'm making a good serve to the planet. I don't know if you understand me. I don't need new things. I like to reuse things that maybe for another person they are not more interesting, but for me are like a treasury. So this one is one book that I buy there, and this one is the second book that I buy there on Thrift Books. This one is called Knitting on the Edge from Nikki Epstein. The Essential Collection of 350 Decorative Borders. Wow. I think that this is gold. You see, for me that I'm starting on knitwear designer, and I don't know. You see, I think that there are great books. That's why I want to show you. I received these books, look, last week, so I'm very happy. They are very good. I like a lot, and the price for someone who don't have too much money but want to buy books, I think they are great. And like I told you, this online shop is on United States. I'm living in Spain. I have to wait maybe 1 month to receive the books, but I don't care about waiting because the price was very cheap. and they are in very good conditions, so for me it's okay. And this is a book that it's a gift from a friend that is called Sonia Desmadejada. She is a knitwear designer here in Spain. She is from Sevilla, so I went to Sevilla maybe a month ago, and she gift me yes, this book that I appreciate a lot. This book is called Sweater Design in Plain English from Maggie Righetti. Here it says how to know what a sweater will look like and how it will fit before you start. Sensible advice on colors, yarns, style and taking measurement, and step-by-step instructions for 14 classic sweaters. I think that for people that is initiating on knitwear designs, it's a very good book. So she also buy this book on Thrift Books, so it's great. And I don't know, it has a lot of tips and a lot of information about how to make different kinds of designs on plain, yes, in plain English. But I think that it's not like circular needles, but I think that you can reuse this information to your circular knitting designs, making adaptations and everything. So these are three interesting books to have and a very good price. So I want to speak to you about my Patreon. So I have a Patreon page also, like a lot of designers, and I want to make changes from May to the future. By this time I was interacting on my Patreon in Spanish, but I think that a lot of people would like to interact also in English, so I will make some changes for May on my Patreon. So I think that I have 4 different pledges, but I think that maybe the first 2 pledges are very interesting for for English speakers. So the first one is if you make a subscription for $3, you will have a 50% of discount in any pattern from my Ravelry store. And if you subscribe to the $6 pledge, you will have 1 pattern by free from my Ravelry store. Then I have more pledges, but I think that ones more tires, but I think that ones are only for Spanish speakers. Maybe more interesting because there will be a lot of video tutorials, but they are always on Spanish. So I think that the first 2 that are the more economical tires, I think that for you maybe can be interesting. So if you want to be my patron, I will be very happy. So remember, you have the bronze tire that is about $3, and the silver tire that is from $6. In the first one you will have a 50% of discount in any pattern of my shop, of my Ravelry store, and in the second one you will have a pattern by free. Could be a crochet or a knit pattern. Okay, so I will leave you here all the links, and thank you for all people who is my new patrons. Thank you very much. So another thing that I want to speak, I don't know if I could speak a lot about this because for me to speak in English is very difficult. I like more writing in English, but speaking maybe it's different because my head think in Spanish, so I have to translate while I'm talking. So maybe I have errors, I know that. So I want to tell you that I also make, as a beginner, I have translation services, you know. I translate patterns from English to Spanish. Could be knitting patterns or crochet patterns. So if you want those services, you can write me to my email, or from Ravelry you can contact me and we can see if we can work together. I am working now in one translation of one pattern that I love a lot. I will show you on the next podcast, okay? The pattern that I'm translating right now. So I want to just tell you that. So, and another thing that I want to talk is about the prices of the patterns, the knitting patterns or the crochet patterns. I was reading a lot about this question on Instagram. I was reading a lot, not too much because I was working a lot. Lately I was working a lot, so I couldn't read so much as I read about diverse knitting topic. From this I was reading less. But I think that is an interesting conversation about what's happening with other designers. So I was reading a lot. I was reading people who maybe is in the top 10 about designing, and also from people who I'm sorry, or from people who don't sell too much, or maybe don't have so much design published. So my conclusions are these. A lot of people, a lot of designers was talking about the prices of the patterns, crochet patterns or knitting patterns. They feel that with the actual prices they can't afford, they can work on this 100% as they would like. Why? Because they don't get enough money to get to end of month to pay everything they need to live. Okay, like their house, their food, the taxes and services and everything they need. Wait, that I'm gonna. So I was reading about this a lot. I can understand these people because for me, my personal experience is that I feel like them. There are months that is very hurtful to pay all the things that I have to pay. So I have a lot of works. For example, I have my yarn online shop. Now I'm making translations. I will make a lot of submissions for magazines. I have affiliate links to get some money for other ways besides my patterns. I also have a Patreon. But with all of that, there are months that for me it's very difficult to afford all the things that I have to pay for my family. I am a single mother with 2 kids, little kids. So, and besides, I'm not from Spain. I'm living in Spain, but I'm not from Spain. My family, it's all in Argentina. So if I have to look for another job, for me it's very difficult to find a job that adjusts to my kids, to the time that I have to stay with my kids. It's very difficult. So I was trying to make a lot of works that has to be with the yarns, because it's my passion. So in that way I can afford all the things that I have to pay to live, but it's very difficult. So I can understand all that designers that make this statement to put the prices of the pattern, I don't know how to say it, more expensive. In the other way, I understand designers who are maybe in the top 10 who said that they are not gonna make increase on the prices of their patterns, because you know, last week I was as a human of Ravelry and I sell a lot of patterns, so maybe I never sell so much patterns as last week. I was thinking that oh my god, if I sell that quantity of patterns every month, for me it will be like a dream. I would be so happy, but that's not my reality all the time. It was only last week. So, but maybe these designers that are in the top 10, because they work a lot, obviously, maybe they don't need to increase the prices of the patterns, because with this price for them is enough, because they sell a quantity that they are able to pay all the things that they need to pay, and maybe also to have holidays with their family and everything. And for me it's okay, because they work for that. So I don't have any negative thoughts about that. I understand their position. I understand also the position of people who don't have economical, who their economy, I'm sorry. I understand also the position of people which their own economy doesn't allow to buy expensive patterns. So, and I understand also that different patterns must have different prices, because it's not the same to make one hat pattern in only one size that a hat pattern in different sizes, a shawl pattern, or a sweater pattern in 10 different sizes. So there is a big difference between one and another. It's different work. So I was thinking a lot about this. I was thinking a lot before this conversation about make a little increase on the price of my patterns, but reading all the conversation and all the different, I don't want to exclude anyone to buy economical I'm sorry, my English is not enough to explain this, but I would not like that my patterns only could be affordable for people who have a high economy on her own life. I would not like that. I would not like to exclude anyone. But I like that my job, my work, have a good value. It's being valorated. So I think that I'm speaking a disaster, but I think that you can understand the idea, okay? So I make like a balance of these two ideas, and I was studying by I have all my patterns on the same price. In euros are 6.50 euros. I don't know how much is in dollars. So I was thinking have free patterns on my blog in English and Spanish, but publish it there as a post. There are a few ones, but I will have a translation so anybody can visit my blog to follow the instruction of these patterns by free, visiting my blog. But if you want a PDF that you can download and have that pattern on your phone or on your computer, you will can buy this pattern by a very low price, maybe $2, to have this PDF, okay? But if you want it by free, you will come visit my blog. So this is one action that I will make, not right now, maybe in all May. I don't know yet because I have to finish a lot of works. Then I have some patterns that I can low price because maybe there is a hat pattern that is called my flowery garden hat. I put it on 6.50 euros, but it's a pattern that only is written in one size, in an adult size. So I think that that pattern could be cheaper about the price it has right now. So I think that patterns that are not garments, maybe coats or hat in one size, or gloves, or fingerless mittens, but they are only in one size and are little projects, I can reduce the price on 4.50 euros. So it could be affordable for more people. Then I think that these complements, but if they are written on too much sizes, maybe a hat from newborn to adult, and there are 5 or 6 sizes, it will have the price that it has right now, 6.50 euros. It's the same price, that will not change. And the shawls patterns, like this one, for example, or other ones that I have there, it would be only on 6.50 euros, because this is a larger project that I need more yarn to make it and more time. It's in only one size, but I think that it has a lot of work. And besides, I always try to make the video tutorials, that this is a lot of work also. So I think that the price is okay. Then I have some patterns like the Coco Boxy sweater that I think that is made in 3 or 4 sizes, I don't remember, that could have a little increase. Why? Because it's more work, make a lot of sizes in this case are only 3 or 4 sizes, but it's more work than to make only a shawl pattern. So for this one I will make a little increase that would be 8.50 euros. And for patterns that are like this one, that will be breeding on 10 different sizes, I think that value could be more, because you need more testers, make the sizing, it's very for me at least, I need a lot of time, and besides my patterns are in English and Spanish, so I have double work. So I think that has a value, so I will make an increase of a pattern like this that is in 10 different sizes, and that would cost 10.50 euros. The way that you can afford a pattern like this that is in 10.50 euros is to be my Patreon, or to subscribe to my newsletter, because the launch day of the new pattern you will have a very special discount. The first day, the first 24 hours, it could be a 20 or a 30% of discount. So I think it's okay. My job will be well paid, and the prices will be affordable for all people who want to knit or crochet my patterns. I thought on people that they have lower economical, I don't know how to say this, I'm sorry, on English it's difficult. So I think in all range of economic I'm sorry, I don't know in this moment how to say it, but I thought in people, I don't like to say poor people, because I think that poor you are in the spirit, not in money. In money it's another word that I don't know right now in English how to say it. But so I think that I was thinking about everyone, and you have a lot of different possibilities to get patterns by being my Patreon, by buying the pattern on the launch day, the first 24 hours, or you will have free patterns on my blog, visiting my blog. So that's what I want to tell you. Okay, so I think that I talk about everything I need to talk right now. I have a lot of work in progresses that I don't know if I told you before this, that they are just like in the last podcast. I didn't advance anything. And remember, I need tester for this one and for the Milan t-shirt. This is the Milan crop sweater. I will make the group on these days on Ravelry. So the links of all about I was talking right now, you will find notes and links on my blog, and here on the box of YouTube, and on the first comment you will have the link to my blog to go there and see all links and all information I was speaking right here. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much to Ravelry. Thank you so much for all people who send me messages, who buy my patterns on last week. Thank you so much. Bye bye. See you on the next podcast. Remember that my name is Cecilia. I'm from Argentina, from Córdoba. I live in Spain. You can find me on Ravelry as Mama D. You can find me on Instagram as Cecilia Lozada Crochet. This is my English account, or as Mama Di Patterns, that is my Spanish account. Thank you so much. See you on the next podcast. Bye bye.